In this video, we'll understand what prompt engineering is and go through practical prompting best practices. We'll keep it simple, step by step, and after a few sections, I'll test you with quick quizzes so you can check your understanding. Prompt engineering is basically the practice of writing inputs in a smart and structured way so that an AI system gives better results. Instead of asking vaguely and hoping for the best, you guide the model clearly. The better the prompt, the more useful, accurate, and relevant the response is likely to be. Best practices matter because I can interpret the same request in different ways. If your prompt is unclear, the response may also be unclear. Good prompting helps reduce ambiguity, saves time on repeated corrections, and gives you more dependable results across different tasks. One of the biggest prompting principles is clarity. Tell the AI exactly what you want it to do. If you need a summary, say that. If you want bullet points, mention it. If the audience is beginners, include that too. Specific prompts reduce guesswork and usually lead to much better outputs. Context helps the model understand the bigger picture. For example, a prompt for a school student should be answered differently from one for a software engineer. When you provide background, the AI can tailor its tone, depth, and examples more appropriately. Context is often the difference between a generic answer and a useful one. Now that we've covered prompt basics, let's test what we've learned so far.
Here's quiz number 1. See if you can get it right.
Question 1. What is prompt engineering mainly about? The correct answer is designing inputs to guide AI responses. Prompt engineering focuses on writing effective inputs so the AI produces better and more relevant outputs. Question 2. Why do prompting best practices matter? The correct answer is they reduce ambiguity and improve consistency. Clear prompting helps avoid confusion and leads to more reliable and useful answers. Question 3. Which approach is best when writing a prompt? The correct answer is be clear and specific. Specific prompts make it easier for the model to understand exactly what is expected. A very practical best practice is to specify the output format. You can ask for bullet points, a short paragraph, a step-by-step explanation, or even a beginner-friendly answer. When you define the format in advance, the AI spends less effort guessing your preference and more effort answering properly. Constraints are useful because they narrow the response. You might ask for a 100-word summary, a formal tone, or only 3 examples. These boundaries help the model stay focused. Too few constraints can make the answer broad and messy, while the right constraints make it sharper and easier to use. Prompting is often an iterative process. Your first prompt does not have to be perfect. Look at the output, notice what is missing, and refine the prompt. Maybe you need more detail, a different tone, or better structure. Small changes in wording can make a surprisingly big difference in the final answer. Now that we've covered better prompting, let's test what we've learned so far.
Here's quiz number 2. See if you can get it right.
Question 1. What is the benefit of defining an output format in a prompt? The correct answer is it helps the AI structure the response as needed. Specifying the format like bullets or steps makes the response easier to control and use. Question 2. What do constraints do in prompting? The correct answer is they set useful boundaries for the response. Constraints such as length, tone, or number of examples help keep the answer focused. Question 3. What should you do if the first AI response is not ideal? The correct answer is iterate and refine the prompt. Prompt engineering often works best through trial, review, and small improvements. A helpful mindset is to think of prompting as giving instructions to someone who is capable but needs direction. If you leave gaps, the model may fill them in ways you did not expect. So guide it properly, explain the task, mention the audience, define the output, and include any limits that matter. The main takeaway from prompt engineering best practices is simple: be clear, add context, define the output, use constraints where needed, and refine based on results. Good prompting is not about fancy wording, it is about communicating your intent in a way the AI can follow properly. Now that we've covered key takeaways, let's test what we've learned so far.
Here's quiz number 3. See if you can get it right.
Question 1. Which element helps the AI tailor its answer to a specific situation? The correct answer is context. Context provides background, audience, or purpose, helping the AI generate a more suitable response. Question 2. What is the best overall mindset for prompt engineering? The correct answer is guide the AI with clear instructions. Prompting works best when you intentionally direct the model instead of leaving it to guess. Question 3. Which summary best reflects prompting best practices? The correct answer is be clear, provide context, define output, and refine. These are the central habits that improve prompt quality and lead to better AI responses. That's it for this lesson. The next time you use AI, don't just type a quick question and hope for the best. Think like a guide, shape the prompt carefully, and improve it step by step. That small effort can make a big difference.